Yes. I don't know if if we're here yet, but hello, guys, and welcome to the stream. I have a lovely panel of podcasters. This is great. I'm really excited. I'm just going to go around, I guess, round robin the way I'm seeing you guys, and because I forgot to do this the last time I had a podcaster on my channel and have them talk about their actual podcast. So let's start with Danny and Brett. Tell us.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here.
Yay.
This is going to be so fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Oh,
my goodness.
Hold on.
Sorry.
This is her technical
This
issues.
is my problem.
Sorry. It's like some sort of show. Awesome. So
YouTube.
awesome. So all right, why don't we go on then while we're fixing that technical problem and go on to Gus and Ali, and then I'm sorry, I'm hearing myself. It's kind of funny.
Oh my God. If you want to have technical problems, just invite me on your stream.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
will mess everything up always. That is just like how it has to happen. We have to start with a little bit of a mess up so that everyone can get their nerves out.
This is why we don't do YouTube either.
This is why we don't do this. I take it off of everyone else's shoulders. Everyone else is worried about messing up. So like I do it for everybody.
It's like an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Very, very
Anyway,
smart.
okay. We're
All right,
Danny
so
and
let's
Brett.
go back to the yeah. Danny and
We're
Brett
from The Wheel Weaves.
Mhm.
We are a first-time reader podcast. We started over 2 years ago, and we are currently reading Fires of Heaven. I'm the first-time reader. Brett is the super fan who helps me through the journey, and we don't spoil anything past the chapter we're covering, which I think we have in common with our fellow
Everybody else. There you go.
streamers
Yes.
tonight.
Yes. All right. So then Gus and Ali.
Hey,
Hey,
that's Allie.
that's
Yeah.
us.
We're wheel takes. We're
We
like,
got the gray
Yeah.
memo also.
yeah.
Thank
We're
you.
all,
for,
many of us are in concordance here.
we're also a first time reader
We're a
podcast.
lot like them. We're a little farther ahead,
Yeah. So I'm a first time reader.
and
Gus-
also like everybody else,
and
except Jenny.
we're killing this intro.
Yeah.
And then Gus is also has read the
I've
whole
read all of it.
series, so he just gaslights me
Yeah.
about what I believe about the books.
And we're in the
I'm
middle of-
sorry. Did you just use Guslight?
Mhm.
That's incredible.
It's a special term that we use in our podcast and our community. It specifically refers to when it's fun because I could basically tell her honest to God legitimate spoilers and she would not know if I were telling the truth or not. Only
I
about
also
five.
wouldn't believe you.
It's
Mhm.
quite fun. But that's us.
I don't know what to believe
And
anymore.
we're in book 5.
Right?
But we're not going to
Yes.
talk about book 5.
No,
We're not talking about
going
book
to.
5 tonight.
Or
We're
That's right.
not.
This is like a very exciting thing for me because I am usually like all spoilers out. Today is like a very spoiler safe episode. Okay, let's go around. N, can you introduce yourself?
I can. So hi, I'm N. Matt and I are from the Cool Story podcast. And like the others who went before us, we are a first-time reader, long-time survivor of the Wheel of Time series. Matt is the first-time reader, and I am the survivor.
Yes.
Yes, and,
And
we're
then-
a lot earlier than I think you guys are. Oh, there we go.
Mhm.
We're in the 3rd book, and I hate spoilers. So if N even spoils like a movie that's like 3 years old for me, I'm like, oh my God, you told me what happened in Clueless? I get so mad. So
Okay, you just said 3 years old and then you said Clueless. Do you know
I
how
said-
time
wait
works?
a minute.
That's a little
That's an old one.
this isn't 1996.
It feels like it. Not that I was very young.
Yes. But okay, yeah, I actually wanted to have you last, Matt, because I very much need you to tell us the last thing you read so that we all have it in our minds.
Oh God, that's a lot of pressure. I should have brought the book. So we're in the Great Hunt, and
No, you're Dragon
we're-
Reborn.
oh my God,
No, you're not.
I
No, you're
don't
not.
know
No,
where
you're
I
not.
am.
We do that a lot.
We're the Dragon Reborn, and we're about 20 chapters from the end. By the way, I did not know this was live. I'm very nervous.
Oh.
You're doing great.
Killing it.
Don't worry,
Um,
I already
you're
ruined
fine.
the stream for everybody.
I know, okay. There's gonna be technical issues here. I have like a very small place, so I'm literally on a bed. So this is gonna be shaking the whole time. So
It
get with
adds
it.
to
You're on
the
a boat.
experience.
It's
It adds to the experience.
We're
The last
chapter,
thing,
like, 40.
Moraine just headed out of the door of the inn in Ilion to say, "I've got some business to take care of."
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
All right.
Ooh. And some stuff went
Okay.
down in an inn.
Yes, a bunch of
Yes.
gray men.
In the show.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool.
All
That's
right.
that's good for us to know. That's a good fixing point. I like today actually the topic that we're going to be covering. I see Vance in the stream who is informing us that Clueless is 25 years old. Clueless can vote. Clueless can drink and get and rent a car. That's very upsetting. But yeah, Vance is the one who created the tag that we're going to be going over today. It mostly is going to involve just the Eye of the World, which is one of the reasons I was very excited. I got one of my friends to read the books, and she is just starting the Great Hunt, but she was very upset with me that she can't watch anything on my channel because she's my oldest friend. I've known her for long. She's one of the few friends I've actually known for longer than I've been reading these books, and she can't watch my YouTube channel because it's all spoilers out. So
It's kind of her fault though that the book series has been out for like quite a long time. So let's be
It's
real.
Really
has.
her fault.
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
was being read by her
Much like
younger
Clueless.
brother. Yes. Oh,
Yeah, like a couple of years.
yeah, just a couple of years. Oh gosh, that's right. But yeah, her younger brother was reading them when we were in high school, and we used to. I remember seeing them, and we used to tease him about them. But that was
And
no,
now-
not when we were in high school. When we were in university, because when I started reading them, I remember going back to her place. He was in high school. That's what it was. He was in high school, and I saw these books, and it was the cover of The Eye of the World, and I was like, "What? What is that? That's weird." So.
Daryl's
the new-
Sweet edition?
That's the only one at the time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So,
In the States.
as I said, we're going to be going over this book tag that Vance has created, and it's going to be just questions about season 1 of the show. Obviously, it isn't out, so this is just
Okay.
opinions
Can
of
I
the show.
first, before we continue, can I just apologize on behalf of the group because you tagged us in this video months and months and months ago, and we all were so on board. Yeah, no problem, Jenny. We're totally gonna do this. It'll be so much fun. And then
We're almost done June
And-
now. I don't know what happened to this year.
Like,
and,
what's
so,
going on?
and you had to like organize and be like, all right, I need you to answer these questions, and it's gonna happen on my YouTube channel. And so I commend you and apologize.
I mean, I thank you. You really don't need to apologize. I'm gonna be all real with y'all at this point in my. I have a big exam coming up, and I have been studying like a crazy person. So I have not really had time to make videos. So live videos have been a great way to have content on my channel. And this, very much wanted you to do this. I tagged Wheel Takes and Wheel Weaves because you guys have a YouTube channel. I didn't tag Cool Story because you guys don't. But when I decided to do this live, that was the first thing I thought is, oh, I can have them on and we can all do it together. It's so great. So
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
This is way more fun anyway.
yes, Vance was waiting and waiting and waiting for you. So Vance is upset with you. I'm not upset with you.
That's
but
fair.
Vance is upset with you.
How
Sorry,
about
man.
it? I
Sorry,
really
man.
hope it'll be worth the wait, but like I can't
It's
I
disappointing.
can't promise anything.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see.
All right. Well, okay. The first question, I don't know how to do these things, so I'm sure there was a nicer way to make that transition so it was smoother. And
It was
I don't know.
excellent.
No.
That was
okay,
like butter,
Yeah,
Jenny.
couldn't be done.
It was like butter.
I'm hanging a lantern on my awkwardness so that that's a good writing term, right?
Yeah.
swing to the-
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
even understand it. That's how good a writing term is.
Yes. All right. So the first question that from this tag is, what is the biggest change that you want to see in season 1?
Mm.
And
Go.
yeah, okay, yes.
They cut out the Eye of the World. There is no Eye of the World. I'm
Oh
just gonna
my
throw it out
God.
there.
Oh my god. I'm
Wow.
actually for that. It's so confusing and I,
I mean,
still
yeah.
don't get it. So
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Okay.
So I just want to put on the record here. If I had a choice, I would have like a shot remake of the entire series, and I know that we can't
Like
do
the
that.
book as the script.
Did you just say
I'm-
shot for shit remake?
Shot for shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a TV term. I think I'm just going with it. But
Yeah.
It is
yeah,
now.
so I'm
It
trying to
is
think of
now.
things that they could reasonably cut out. And
Mhm.
realistically, like the Eye of the World, do we need it? I don't know.
I feel like we could have them finding that stuff
somewhere else.
and like defeating some baddies.
yeah, doesn't
like,
have to be
on
the whole
way. And
yeah.
we know that in season 1 we have a title called Blood Calls Blood or something, and that is from the second book already. So
Right. Okay.
that actually, I never thought about that.
Yeah, so that's my take.
Good.
Good.
Cut out the eye of the world. Huh, that's
Like the
interesting.
physical, yeah.
Controversial.
Does that mean we're not going to get to see the blight?
No, I'm not saying that we don't get to see the blight. I'm just saying like the way that it's described in book 1 is a very confusing time for a lot of new readers. And it probably took me like a couple of rereads to even understand what the heck was going on with all that stuff. So, and I mean, even us talking through it, it's like there's only so much we can discuss until the very end, right? So I'm just saying they could do it a little bit better somehow.
I do agree that the physical eye of the world itself, despite being the title, is definitely one of those eye of the worldisms, as they are sometimes called, which is like, here's this thing, you want to know more about it? Too bad.
Too bad. And we never talk about it.
No
ever
time
again.
for that now.
Yeah. I feel like we could expand that to honestly, I wouldn't mind if Moiraine's staff went away either.
I think Maureen's staff
I
is
think
going
it's
away.
confirmed.
That's,
There's
yeah, I was
no
gonna
doubt.
say
Yeah,
in
that's-
any promo material, so
That's gotta not
Yeah.
be a thing.
that kind of
Like,
makes it like,
Rafe actually flat out said it. Like I think he said
oh,
it's
good. Oh, I
yeah.
forgot. Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hands
I'm
raised.
crazy
I'm sorry.
because I'm an idiot. But
Hey,
like,
I'm a teacher. Yeah.
Allie.
Danny,
Yes.
please call me. I would also like for them to leave the Shire as soon as humanly possible. By the Shire, I mean the Two Rifts, because I
22
feel like we've spent
That's
so
the
much time in the Two
opposite
Rifts.
view that Brett has. He wants them to stay longer in
I
the
do.
Two Rivers.
You
They're gonna
did.
spend, like, I want them to stay longer. I like it. Like, let's build it up a bit. But they're going to spend 20 minutes, so they're going to be gone.
No, I think
Yeah,
it'll be like a
no,
lot
they're
of
definitely going to spend
switching
maybe
back
20
and
minutes
forth.
there. Yeah, I just feel like from a like inciting incident perspective, the story doesn't really get started until they leave the Two Rivers. And considering that this probably won't be a 15 season long, 15 season long show, just because those are few and far between, that, they're going to want to get the show on the road as soon as possible. And we just did a reread of the first part of Eye of the World. We do like a non-spoiler section and a spoiler section. And I'm like, wow, they spend so much time here. They gotta go.
Okay.
So that's my feeling.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just seeing Matt, not you, Matt, but Matt Stagger saying that they want someone who that we care about to die in the first episode.
I like it.
Ooh, yeah.
But this is the thing. It's got to be a
hook.
fake important person.
Yeah.
Pretend that someone is important and then cut them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like who?
Here's a fun
Like
fact.
the butcher or something.
No. So originally,
Yeah,
there
I
was-
know. I know
originally
it.
there were supposed to be 4 main characters. So there were originally supposed to be 4 Taviran boys, not 3, not just Ranper and Matt. There was supposed to be a 4th. So what they could do is introduce Taviran number 4, be like, hey, there's 4 people, just like Lord of the Rings, and then boom, dead. Cut them. And it seems like we just cut a really important character when in reality, we didn't.
I was literally trying to think of what that kid's name was. I'm like, kill that guy.
Dab.
What's his name?
Dab.
It's one of those. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Not
I got
Dab.
it.
He's on the
Dab's
cover of
also
one of the
really-
books.
Yeah.
He's on the
He's
cover.
literally in the Eye of the World artwork. So
Yeah.
It starts in the
It's
80s.
not Evan Hopwell.
No, but he's the little guy who spills his ass down the stairs.
No, it's not him.
Oh. It's a little coin.
Oh.
It is Dab.
Ah,
Is it Dab? No, it's not Dab.
Ewan McGregor. It's Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor, but
I don't think it is.
His name is like Ewan or something.
It's not him. It's not him. I'll find it.
No, I know who. We all know who you're talking about.
How dare you?
Thank you, Anne. I was
Oh.
about to say that. No, killing
Terrible.
Belle.
No, you can't kill the horse.
Absolutely not.
Not that horse.
Not that
Okay.
horse.
Kill a different horse, not that horse.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about, okay, and Matt, do you guys have any things that from the first book that you would think you would want changed for the show?
I mean, I don't know what happens later on in the series to know what things we can cut, you know?
Oh, I know,
So
but just like your
None of us.
thoughts on that. Yeah.
That's it.
I would say like there's way too much
Keep the
traveling. There's a lot of traveling in the first book. They're constantly
That's true,
going
yeah.
from place to place, constantly like eating jerky, foraging, constantly checking different inns, and just going. We're constantly going places. I feel like every chapter, every episode in the first season of our show, I'm like, and we start off and we're on the road, and we start off and we're on our way here. Like, just we can cut all of that, a lot of that
Right.
out. They can have the character development things happen through other ways, other than like chatting on horseback.
I'm with you. The sooner they get to shatter Logoth, the better.
I don't need to see the Tinkers. I'm fine with them gone from the series entirely.
Oh, well, they're already cast.
They're in
so-
book one.
I know, and I'm fine with that. But that would be
I
my
like the
change.
Tinkers. I'm into the Tinkers.
You are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Interesting. There's some hot takes in here. Cut the Eye of the World. Cut the Tinkers. Oh my
Wow,
goodness. Kill
cut the
Bella.
Tinkers.
I think we should do away with the one power. I don't think it adds.
What's up with this Aes Sedai nonsense? Magic? Like, oh, so
You know what? Cut
passe.
Match from Coffin.
Yeah,
Just
he
cut him.
never really.
Oh my
Like, I
gosh.
really-
No. I'm throwing Nynaeve in like off the bridge in the waves.
Yeah. Okay, I'm removing you from the
Over my
stream
dead
right
body.
now.
Now we're just
Danny.
trying to hurt people.
Right? You just told me you're killing off Matt, so like I had to take a shot.
Do it.
This is a regular thing with me and Danny. I want you to love Nynaeve so much. I really
I know,
want you
and
to
I
love
take it as such a compliment that you love Nynaeve so much because like I am Nynaeve, and that's why I can't stand her because she embodies everything I can't stand about myself.
That's how I feel about you and Matt. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
thanks.
Actually, watching that development on your podcast, Ali, has been fun. You
Yeah,
just
from
suddenly
I hate
realize it.
Matt to am I Matt?
I've like
Yeah.
turned like I've started psychoanalyzing myself in the process of reading this book.
Yeah. And how dare they do that to us?
Right? Rude.
I know. Okay. Some interesting thoughts here. My answer, in my video, I think was that I think it's actually what they're going to do is that they're going to make it more of a mystery as to which one of the boys is,
Mm.
you know, the boy, because it's pretty obvious when you read it. Like,
Yeah.
we're you know,
Wait, you mean
And
it's
we
not
clearly-
the narrator?
Well, we clearly have Moraine in the show as like
That's-
the main character. So
Yeah.
yeah, I actually I like that one. I agree with it.
yeah. So I think because if it's from her perspective, it's trying to figure out who it is. So I think that would be fun. Like, you know, keep people guessing. Although Google is such a problem. Like you.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna
like,
say.
if you want to get spoiled, then like Google. But
I mean, the
Yeah.
the issue is that like the book series was like Robert Jordan never wrote it for it to be a mystery. Like right from
Mhm.
the get go, you're supposed to pretty much know Rand's the guy.
Yeah.
Like and
well,
so
it starts out with him. That's the thing.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like not, it's like this is the main character. This is the guy, right?
And we've
So-
talked about this before. We don't know how to adapt books to TV.
No, I have
That's
no
not
idea,
in
so-
our wheelhouse. So
I just don't know why I don't think they should try and hide it. I think they should just go with it. So, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a commenter. I said you were killing Bella. That was not you. You were cutting the eye of the world. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
Like I said, shot for shit remake. So
shot for shit.
Yeah, exactly. That seems like it should be something else. All right. Okay, so let's move on to question 2, which is, what is the most important thing, like to you personally, and only pulling from Eye of the World and The Great Hunt, I'm just going to say here, that the show should not change? What is something that you think is integral that you wouldn't want to see go away?
Narg.
Who just said Narg?
I
Gotcha.
seconded.
Oh.
I like Narg. Narg's good.
Narg smart.
Yeah,
Narg smart? Narg no hurt.
Narg no
So-
hurt.
The smartest on the planet.
Narg's gonna be able to like fill us in on some details. Like I feel like he's gonna be used as a device to like tell us information about what's going on.
Exposition Narg. Okay.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say maybe cut Mensa.
that what it's called?
So that's where we
He's
differ.
confirmed to be in the show.
Well,
Yeah.
here we are. Mensatrolic is in the show. But I don't know why I started talking like I had an idea.
I'll jump in and say Mally. So I think one thing that they really shouldn't change, I don't want them to change the hard magic system. I want them to keep it the same. So I know, I think it was Gus said cut out the magic as a joke.
It was a joke.
I know, I get it was a joke. But
I get jokes.
I understand jokes sometimes, but I get they could change the rules of the magic system, but I really hope they incorporate the hard magic system of the rules, because it's very structured, and I don't want them to get all wishy-washy on it. Teach it to us like it's science.
Yeah, would you because we learn about it pretty gradually. Would you want it to be explicit in the first?
Yeah, I want Moraine to sit us down and basically tell us how it works.
Yeah, I want Moraine's YouTube channel.
Sorry, what was that in?
Moraine's YouTube channel, where she teaches us how to channel.
Yeah, yes. She's by the way,
her channel, if you will.
About her magic routine.
There we go.
Channel. Narg's position.
Yeah, Brie.
This is my conjecture, purely.
Yes.
And not based in any fact. So don't come for me if you think it's a spoiler. I would like the Moraine and Tom sexual tension to remain. Mostly for me.
You are so invested in this, okay.
I am for this from the beginning, since she gave
Master Bard
knife flourishing, and it's I don't know what's happening over here.
Yeah, I'd like to introduce you to the captain of the fleet of ships. That is Allie. Allie, if two characters pass each other, Allie's like, oh.
They're in love. I mean, to be fair, that's how Robert Jordan writes romance. So
that's true.
It's the subtext. It's the subtext. We have everything. Anyway, I will maybe of ships for lots of different characters, but that was my first one, and so it's the most special to me.
Can I give an answer really quickly to the prompt?
Of course you can.
No. All right, then I'll sit down.
No,
I really think when you read the series, in my opinion anyway, the distrust between Aes Sedai and the boys always kind of rang to me yeah, whatever, they're going to get over it. I would love to see that be a more firmly, deeply entrenched and more visibly entrenched, I guess, thing that we as the audience might really struggle with. Because I want to come into this I don't trust Moraine. I want to come, or that one way or the other.
Yeah, because I came starting to read the book as a first time reader. The second I met Moraine, I was like, oh my god, I love her. I was like, she's my freaking favorite of all time, and everyone should tell her everything that's ever happened. I'm team tell Moraine. When anything ever happens, I'm like, why aren't they telling Moraine? And so I get that. Gus, I think that would be more interesting.
Kind of playing it like a reverse Gandalf situation, where it's not friendly old wizard comes in to scoop the boys up and take them away, but it's
scary Aes Sedai, who might be one with the Dark One, because in the Emond's Field they all are like, oh my god, it's synonymous with the Dark One.
Yeah, you could totally put that up. I like that.
But if it's coming from her perspective, that might be hard to do. If she's this, sorry, go ahead.
That's not my problem, though. That's their problem. They have to figure out how to do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, Ali, I interrupted you.
I was just curious because Matt and Anne have tread this path more recently, so I'm curious what you feel.
I don't. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know what that necessarily is a specific thing, but I just kind of what you were saying, Gus. I want them to really spell out a lot of the internal thoughts and dialogue that happens in the first book, where you get all the character development, because I don't know how really they're gonna explain away like you said, why they don't trust the Aes Sedai, how different of a world all of this is for them, and just all the raising tension between all of them, because they don't communicate like normal kids. They don't communicate quite like adult. It's hard to place them in ages for me when I'm reading the book based on their mental state. I don't know. I just hope that they do a good job of explaining how they think and why they think the things they think without,
Right.
fantasy moments like, voiceover.
Yeah.
Monologues into mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of those.
something like that.
Because the strength of Jordan's writing is his point of view, and the point of view is something you can do on a page. It's very hard to do on screen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something that I think that they're cutting that I like hard don't want them to cut. Ready?
Okay.
It's Bearlawn. I
Oh,
think
God.
Oh yeah,
that
why not?
Bearlawn is like, well, because everyone's like, whatever, everything that happens in Bearlawn can happen in other places. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be just Bearlawn. But for me, Bearlawn is so integral to the begin. It's like where Lan and Nynaeve meet. It's where Min and Rand meet. It's where Rand like has a channeling reaction and we meet Dane Bornhald. It's where Moraine has like they have an interaction with a Fade in the inn. Moraine needs to like channel her way out of getting away from the White Cloaks and like blows up and steps over the wall. So many amazing oh, and Fane is there chasing.
It's
like,
a very like
crazy
Lord of the
person.
Rings, like Bree prancing pony situation. So they could do everything there, but then they'd have to cut something else, like probably White Bridge if they're doing one or the other.
Sure,
So
I like Bearlawn is so integral in my opinion, and I just want it.
that'd be good. Okay, because wasn't there a guy? Sorry,
And
we're
everything
gonna
that happens, I want it all.
we're gonna talk Lord of the Rings here for a second.
No,
At the prancing pony, wasn't there a high tower or something, or wasn't that?
Gus?
No.
I feel like there was a Master Hightower or something because
Yeah,
that's a
but
The
name.
innkeeper's name is Barlaam Butterbur.
Okay,
What?
Frodo introduces himself as Underhill.
Underhill. That's what I'm thinking. Okay,
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I
right.
think
Sorry,
they make an Underhill reference.
Yeah.
in Maryland. There's definitely a direct Lord of the Rings reference. At
they
some
got to
point.
do like a switcheroo homage paying there or something. I need that. So
Wow, you guys came with like some receipts on that one. Okay. Interesting. And how about you? Anything that's
Underhill, yeah.
integral for you?
I was thinking about the Great Hunt, and I know that they're not. Actually, I don't know that. I hope they're not going to cut the Shanchan and like how important that is for Egwene's storyline.
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah,
smells like season 2 to me.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I think so
that's
too.
Yeah, I think so. 3.
I can see like season 1 ending with like Egwene getting captured, but
Or
we don't
them,
quite,
like-
we don't
Or
quite get
them
what's
like
happening.
showing the like ships coming in.
Something, yeah,
In, like,
with
an
like the
ominous
impending
way.
doom. Yeah, I can see that happening.
With
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ominous music.
TV writing. It's great.
I'm so
Yeah.
good at TV. I know everything.
Are they gonna
Yes.
cut? Are they gonna cut the Green Man?
I
hope
don't
not.
want them to. I know, like, Kate,
I
Brett's
like
cutting
the
the
Green
entire
Man.
Eye of the World.
I
but
know.
but I like the Green Man. So Brett and I are in a fight. But other
Okay, I
than
didn't
that-
say I would want that. I'm just saying what they might cut. I want a shot for shot remake. I
Shot
told
for
you
shit
that.
remake.
Shot for shit remake. Come on.
Chop for shit remake.
If they cut the Green Man, then they need to just actually have a tree fall on Balthamel because he has to be killed by a tree. Because
He has to be. It is integral to the plot.
If they
Oh,
cut
but
the
that-
Green Man,
Rise via
I want a
tree.
cameo. I want like just a Green Man walking in the background or something like
Ooh, okay.
in a few different scenes. They can't just cut him out completely.
Yes, with
Love
like
it.
this slight
Okay.
music.
I
Ho
agree.
ho ho, Green Giant. As he
He's like,
walks by.
oh, I'm so confused.
It's great. There's some good stuff. There's good dialogue in that. Like I love that
Oh,
so much.
also
so.
the ways, like meeting Loyal and then going through the ways. That's important.
Yeah, yeah.
This whole book's important.
What was the question? What is the most important thing to keep in?
Yes, yeah. Something
okay.
that you think is integral. Yeah, you
Okay.
don't want to lose. All right, then let's move on to question. Question 3. Which characters do you want to see like streamlined? It can be characters that you want combined, pared down, cut completely.
85% of the Aes Sedai done.
I think
in book 1.
several
Oh.
of the
Yeah.
Shienaran soldiers can be one person.
I
Oh,
agree.
okay.
Totally
Yeah.
agree with that.
I think that's a good call in. Yeah.
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 I want Uno, who is rumored to have been cast, and Ingtar, and that's about it.
Okay.
And maybe a couple other ones, but I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I would
all of them. Like
I
who
would
else?
disagree with you.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, really? You're disagreeing on that? What are you
Oh,
disagreeing
yeah.
with that then?
I could do
There's a
without
certain-
Uno.
There's a certain storyline involving one of the Shi'Anaran soldiers I'm not wild about.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah. I'm with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
not wild.
I get
about
it. I get
you
it.
Say.
I get it.
People love that. Though.
I may need to refresh myself. But I can refresh later.
Okay, it's interesting. All right, but
Hamdar.
Mandarb? You're cutting Mandarb?
No, no, it's good. Guys and I will talk later. It's fine.
Okay. Sure. Anyone else?
Personally,
Yeah, go ahead, Ali.
that some of the younger accepted could all be combined into Elsie Elizabeth Grinwell.
Well, yes. Elsie, okay, you made it an entire like Grinwell Cup on your channel. I believe every time Elsie comes up on Cool Story, what is it you call her? Cultural icon?
Cultural icon and horny Elsie Grinwell.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
You are
Yes.
correct. She's my favorite character.
She's the secret main character.
Yes.
To be honest, I didn't even like pick up on her. I was like, oh, this chick. I don't know why everyone's like so intrigued by this Elsie.
I loved
character.
Elsie. When we read her, I was like, oh, they dropped like a modern teenage girl into the eye of the world. She's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
the girls I met.
It's great.
And she's everything to me. She's everything.
I
to me.
like the parents better. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, the parents are funny. The parents.
They're like,
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
sleeping
yeah.
right beside
Oh.
me tonight.
Did you guys know that the actress who's playing Mistress Grinwell messaged me on Twitter?
Yeah,
No.
very cool.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
You're
Why? What
practically
did
a
she say?
cast member.
Because so she posted a link to some article about the new show and was like, I'm in this new show, I have a small part, but it was so wonderful to work on it, whatever. And so I liked that and then commented something, and she liked my comment. And then, so I was like, oh,
It's on.
interaction. So then I messaged her and was like, hey, we're really excited about this. We run this podcast. Let me know if you're ever interested in like answering a couple questions about your time on the show with us, whatever. And she said no, but she answered.
They can't talk about anything.
Yeah,
Right?
she was like,
yeah,
oh, she's like, my part.
NDA.
yeah, like not happening.
She's like, my part was really small, but everyone is so great and everyone's so talented, and you guys won't be disappointed. That's what she
She's
said.
no selling it. She's a main character. She's the lead. She's in every episode.
And she's like, yeah, the
Oh.
NPRs are pretty tight. Like, and I was like, I don't even just like tell me what like Rafe smells like. I don't even need to know about the show.
What was
Like,
on the
just-
craft services table?
right?
Yes.
Incredible.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah, Rob, do
I like
it.
doing it.
Yeah.
We'll talk, Rob.
Excellent. Okay.
Anyway,
so yeah,
that's just- Yeah, so Mistress Grinnell, we're tight.
you're best friends with Mr. Screamer.
Best friends, basically. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we can streamline innkeepers
Right.
in
Good
at least
question.
the first couple of books down. By which I mean when we're going town to town, we can streamline town to town down. We don't need 4K.
Like the Matt
Oh,
and
I
the
know a lot of
Rand
important
journey.
stuff happens in many of them, but I think we need one thin innkeeper to establish that that is an abomination against nature, and then we need
Are we gonna
No.
get like a montage?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say it's gonna be like a very. If they should do a montage and put like the most inappropriate music in the background, like something
Hillary-
like
Hillary Duff?
montage.
Eye of the Tiger.
Perfect.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Matt and Rand storyline to Camelin needs to happen because there is spooning that happens on the
Oh,
road
yeah.
to Camelin,
That's
and I
true.
need to see it on my
That's
television.
true.
They can spoon other places. I don't know
Lots
why they
of
have
other
to be on the
places.
road or side of a highway.
Fair.
Highway.
Like the
Highway spooning, though, like,
highway is the road.
it adds to the tension of the spooning.
Highway to
It's like,
Hell. Highway to Hell will be the song
Well-
for the montage.
if you want tension,
Life is a highway.
Shatter Logoth spooning is tension.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's like spooky spooning, though. I don't know about
I
the
think
version of that.
actually,
Spooning.
Shadow Logoth, I don't think there's any spooning. They never.
They don't
They
get
don't
to sleep. I
spend the
don't think.
It's not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
That's what's gonna be adapted.
There you go.
Ooh. Yes.
Title.
I'm calling.
Yeah.
it.
He wakes him up from the spoon sesh to be like, let's
Yes.
go explore. And
No
you're like,
wants and
matron,
knives.
no.
Yeah. Master of
That
the
is
Deck. I haven't seen
irresponsible,
Master of the
man.
Deck in chat, but Master of the Deck has written some fanfic, I believe, about the spooning that happens on the way to Camelin.
hmm
So
Oh,
Oh, nice.
yes. So,
I will be reading it.
no, I don't think you can. Sorry.
No.
Put it
Later.
on my list. Put it on my list of things to
Put it on the
do
list.
when I'm done.
I can't
Yes.
read anything fun.
No.
Well, you can read.
You
some
can
stuff.
read the Wheel of Time. That's fine. That's enough for you. Yes.
Oh, right.
Hardly.
Anyway. All right. Okay. It's moving on to question 4. Which cast member are you most excited to see bring their character to life?
Zoe
Nynaeve.
Robbins. Nynaeve.
Oh, we're getting a dancing celebration. All right.
I
Ed?
fully agree. I cannot
Yeah.
wait to see Nynaeve.
100%. Like when she was cast, my jaw hit the floor because it's like literally the picture in my head that I had for Nynaeve. Like that is literally shot like exactly what I saw when I read Nynaeve, and I couldn't believe it. It was
Yeah, we
like,
talked
she's
about that. It was
freaking
funny.
gorgeous, and it's just she's perfect. She's so perfect, and her like haughty stare. Like I just oh god, she's so good.
Okay.
Marcus.
I feel that way. Min, the actress playing Min, is like exactly how I pictured Min in
Hey,
my
Alexander.
mind.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, so I
Lan.
feel like that's a good one. I'm looking forward to a lot. Min is just a character I'm excited to see in general.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
fair.
so we've got
She's interesting.
some-
She's a good, competent character. They're few and far between. Like they're so. I like Min.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Danny's a big fan of competence. This is, yeah.
Yeah, enough said. Enough said with that. We
Yeah,
don't want to
that's
go
yeah.
too far here. So
yeah. Okay. So
I
we
took
got
I took one look at Marcus Rutherford's headshot and his eyes and how deep his eyes are, and I could just fall into them. And I was like, you seem like the kind of guy to be very, quiet and have a lot of thoughts.
introspective. Yeah.
a lot of
He was-
muscle.
Right there.
He was the
Thoughts
first one who
and
took over my head canon. Like when none of them looked like how I pictured them. And I have a video about like it, well, except for obviously Rand.
Yeah.
He looked like how I pictured
Don't
him.
read it.
But in my head,
Anakin
they were all,
Skywalker. Yeah, I get it.
yeah. In my head, they were all white. And so I was like very excited. And like, I've talked about this a lot. I almost cried when I saw Nynaeve because it was like a black, my hair is in her hairstyle. Like I was just,
Yeah.
I've never seen this. Like my favorite character looks kind of like me.
Wow.
I'm not, she's stunningly beautiful. I'm not saying that I'm that, but
You also
like-
are stunningly beautiful.
well,
That
this part,
floating
yeah.
head,
Yeah.
Like from here, everything else, like I don't know, but like this portion, great. Like,
Thank you.
yeah. You're
But
welcome.
it was like it touched me a lot, but it was not at all what I expected. None of them have taken over my headcanon yet, except for Marcus Rutherford, and it was like instant. It was the same thing, like as you guys. When I saw his face, I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly Perrin. Like he looks exactly like him. And then seeing the promo with Lan, now he's taken over that headcanon. Yeah,
He's taking
yeah.
a lot of-
Lan.
It is stunning. And
Right.
I'll just
We're gonna get some like shirt off warder training, right?
Oh yeah,
It better be.
Not like
Yeah.
I feel
Turn
like I
off
read a
water
spoiler
training.
somewhere that said like the most nudity we're gonna get is like the rear of a man in a bath scene.
And if it's Lan, I'll be happy.
all right.
There is reason to believe it might be.
Yeah.
There is a bath scene that Lan is in, and he does walk into the room and kick out the what's his name, the attendant
yeah,
in
Yeah.
Berlon.
the great yeah.
He just walks in.
That's yet another thing that happens
Another
in
reason
Berlon.
we need Berlon.
Berlon.
Land butt. We got to have
Yeah.
Berlon for the land butt.
Yes.
Land butt. Hashtag land butt.
Yeah. There's another almost nudity scene, but I actually don't know when it happened, so I'm not going to
Hmm,
mention it.
okay.
Okay.
Butts aside, I'm
It was
also
the
really
great boob debate.
the boob debate. Yeah, of 2020.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm really excited about Fane. His actor. As soon as we saw that, I was like, oh my god, he's got the eyes of
Yeah.
being like.
And the nose, and
He's
he's
got,
like,
like,
gaunt.
I'm super
and
excited about
skinny,
it.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know enough about it, like names or whatever.
yeah, you don't know that stuff.
Their past
Yeah.
acting, but
But yeah, no, you're right. He does. He definitely
got the
has
look.
He
Yeah.
definitely has the
Are
look.
we just naming every character?
yes, we are.
I think that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Because I was
The casting
about
is
to say,
fantastic.
I was about to say Tom, and then I was also about to say Logain. Like, and then
we need to skip the next question though. So
Oh, I forgot about Logan too.
Yeah, Alvaro Morte.
Oh.
Yeah,
Great.
I was gonna say when it got to me that I'm really annoying and I'm excited for all of them.
yeah,
because
like I don't have a lead. I don't have a
I
lead.
know, I'm
No,
really
can I
excited
say
too.
though-
child.
so
Like, you
Matt,
can't.
who's like my favorite in the books, like when
Oh my god, is
when
this
I
the eye color thing? Oh
No,
my
it's
God.
not the eye color thing.
Nobody cares about
no,
this. It
I'm
doesn't
over
matter.
I'm over the eye color thing. It's not that. it's the fact that in his headshot he's Matt, but then I saw all of his
facial hair. Yeah, it was a lot of facial hair
stuff with his like hair and his, and I'm just like, no.
that can be Matt. That can be Matt too.
I need him to be more Matt in my head, which is like very sexy.
That can be pre-Dagger Matt.
Pre-Dagger Matt.
Right, because Dagger Matt, I could.
Yeah.
What?
I just Dagger. Got to be careful.
He knows that Dagger Matt has a dagger, right?
Okay, I just
Matt has a dagger.
Okay, yes, tell them about your drag name.
Welcome to the stage, Ruby Dagger.
Yes.
Ruby Dagger.
It's a perfect drag name, isn't it?
Holy shit, that's good.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Now
God.
I want to know where you do drag. I want to know every day. One of these days,
do you carry a dagger?
I am obsessed. My best friend is a drag queen in Arizona. We have to chat drag, but
I don't actually do drag, but actually N does drag.
I do.
Yeah.
oh
Are
my god.
you-
Okay, well we'll chat. Okay.
We'll talk.
But
I just love drag.
Ruby Dagger's a great one.
A good name. There's been a couple that you've come up with. Ruby Dagger, though, is my favorite.
That is the
Yeah.
best. That is
Ruby
like
Dagger.
that's one of the best things I've heard in a very long time.
Yes.
I love that.
I love that
Oh.
also. Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I can see like social media Barney being Dagger Matt. I can see that.
Yeah,
doing that
like
thing.
kind of disheveled and like really like everyone
Strung
and he's got
out.
a scarf on his head and he's like, everybody's looking at me here. Maybe I should play Matt. Because that was
That was good. That was good.
That was great.
Yes. Okay. Well, the next question is not quite okay. The next question is: which cast member are you least excited about, but hope that they will like smash your expectations?
I think whoever was cast to play Egwene's father was not as like I think he would. Her dad is much more spherical in my mind, and so that he didn't like fit my headcanon. So I think I loved everyone. So I think of anyone, that one was the only one that was kind of like least connected to my headcanon.
I didn't
He's
see
just
it
too
coming.
cut.
I
He's
didn't see it
just too
coming.
ripped, man.
That he was a zaddy. Now I think about him so differently in the
Yeah,
book.
but he's an innkeeper, so he needs to be
He
plump.
needs to be spherical. Yeah. If you're a thin innkeeper, you are
Sketchy, suspect.
sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't like when I first saw Tom's actor, I just didn't see I didn't see it at all, like from what I picture Tom as. But as I've read more about Tom and like I understand him more now on a personal level, I feel like he's going to do really well. Because now I couldn't see it at all when I first saw the actor, because I think we were still in the first book,
Right.
like early in the first book, and I was not a fan of Tom from the jump. But now I feel like it's going to be surprisingly good.
You weren't aware of the fuckability of Tom, is what you're.
I was not aware of Who knew?
Tom Bucks.
In my mind, Tom in the books literally is just like tiny little eyes surrounded by white hair.
My hair. Yeah.
And so the fact
I
that
don't see
Tom
what's
even
wrong-
had
what's
a
bad about
face,
that. What's-
I'm just shocked that he even had a face.
Quite nimble.
I'm picturing like the Lorax. Is that the creature I'm picturing? Like
With that mustache. Yeah, I think that's pretty close.
He speaks
I
for the
picture like Merlin from Sword and the Stone.
Or like David the Gnome.
Well, and he's
His-
like
his-
named after Merlin.
His name's not Tom
Yeah.
Marilyn for nothing. So
Yeah.
Here we are.
I can't. Yeah,
I would say.
No.
I would say. Here's mine. I would say the actress that plays Elsie Grinwell, and that there is none, and I'm upset by that.
Well, if we're going to talk
Okay,
about the non-casting, like we can talk about how upset I am about all of that nonsense.
But okay, because Elsie Grinwell's mom has been cast, which would
and her dad.
And that's
yeah.
what
So
I'm
there
saying.
has to be an
There has to
Elsie.
be an
Right.
Elsie.
And I am available. So
Yes. Huh. I hadn't even actually thought about that.
Have you been
I admit
sending
I
your
am not.
emails, Allie?
oh my god, my spam. No.
I'm not as bit obsessed with Elsie as all of you. So
I'm not.
not
I didn't
noticed
even
that
like
she is.
freaking. I didn't
notice her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
I can't even remember what my answer was to this question. I made a whole video on this. Who was that?
I can
don't
tell you
remember.
my controversial
Mhm.
the thing that I'm having a difficulty with is the actress who plays Egwene. A
Okay.
little controversial, not how I pictured her. And I mean, I think the issue is I saw her in the Dora the Explorer movie, and that was a mistake.
It was-
Don't watch it. Like it's like for kids, and it's like overacted like crazy, and
Right, 'cause
she's
it's-
like
yeah.
an irritating character, but like irritating in a way like, oh, she's supposed to be, but then also it's overacted like crazy, and it was probably directed that way. But like
because it's Dora the Explorer.
it just like
right? So-
annoys me because I
Right.
need her to be Egwene, and I really don't want it to be, because her character in that Dora the Explorer movie is a little bit of like a know-it-all and whatever, and that's a little bit Egwene to an extent.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, I know, but I just don't want her to play it at all like that, and that concerns me.
Hmm.
Concerns
I get
me.
where you're coming
See,
from.
yeah.
I mean, like, I will never not be able to see Matthew Perry as Chandler Bing. He's a wonderful actor. He's great. And in my head, he's always Chandler.
It's like fine,
Right.
yeah, but yeah.
For some
Yeah.
reason, my brain took that in the direction of you were saying you could only picture Matthew Perry playing Matt in The Wheel of Time.
I feel like Perry playing Egwene. Anyone else is really
better.
total miss on my part.
Oh my
I'm-
gosh.
Super excited about Matt.
Cast
I'm sure it'll be so
Perry
good, and I
Howard.
really hope she pulls her weight, so to speak.
Mm.
Yeah. See, my main exposure to Madeline is entirely her Twitter and like Insta presence, which is perfect. Like
Yeah,
I was like,
highly agree.
I love her. Yeah, I love her.
Mm.
So I have not seen Dora the Explorer.
Don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't do it.
I've seen some of Marcus's stuff because I was on like a Dusty Wheel panel where we talked about his work and stuff. Marcus is amazing. He's a really, really good actor.
That's
So
great.
I'm excited about him. He's very internal, which is perfect for Perrin. I'm trying to remember what my answer was. I don't know. I'm very excited about all of them.
It's difficult to not be excited about this cast.
Oh gosh.
It's-
I mean,
I'm concerned about this Layla Ibarra casting. That
Oh,
one,
that's
yeah.
an entirely different
that's
stream
like
for
a
that whole thing.
complete mystery, and it.
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't have time for that. That's a
Did
whole
we
different
ever figure out
conversation.
who Steve was? Because we could be
Nope.
really excited by what he brings.
I have heard theories that Steve might just be a stand-in name for whoever is playing the Myrddraal,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
which I kind of like.
Maybe he's Narg.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was
Maybe
my
Luke Theron.
Yeah, we were on Talker Anriad, and I have a whole thing. It's loose there, and that's my thing.
And they don't
I
want
forget
anyone to know that it's Luce Theron, because then people are going to get like Winter Dragon vibes, and I
Ah,
think they don't want people to like speculate on that yet.
right. Do
I
you
could
know
be
about
totally
Winter?
wrong.
Do you guys know about Winter Dragon, Matt
Oh, yeah.
and N?
Mm-mm.
It's
Oh.
a Dora
The chicken?
situation.
It's a
It's
Dora the
delicious.
No, it's not a Dora the Explorer situation.
No. Winter Dragon was a pilot that was made
Oh,
like
I do know. Yes.
yeah, like something like 10 or years ago, whatever, in order to try and keep the
2016, I
copyright.
think it was.
If Matt hasn't seen it, and you have to take them and you have to watch it live, like
Yeah.
broadcast your watching of it live, because it's great.
Absolutely. We will
God,
definitely do
Billy
that.
fucking Zane.
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane's in it, yeah. Yeah,
Man, it's so weird.
it is.
He tried
It's-
so hard, but
You know,
didn't.
I really
Like,
want Billy
had to
Zane.
film something to like retain the rights or something
Yeah.
like that. It was
Yeah.
on FXX
and
network.
it aired like in the
Beautiful.
middle of the night. I remember I saw it in the TV guide the next morning, and I remember seeing the name, thinking that looks like Wheel of Time. How did I
Yeah.
miss this? Like, why is this not been
What's
announced?
happening? Yeah.
And trying to find it and not being able to find it because it aired at like 2:00 in the morning or
It's on
something.
YouTube
And
now. Yeah.
yeah, it was so
I need my Billy Zane cameo in Wheel of Time. I need that. Him just doing, make him a tinker, make him
Elsie
Villager
Grinwell.
number 2 he gets
Elsie?
killed. Like, do something.
Make him.
Billy
make
Zane
him
is
Peter.
Elsie Grinwell. Okay. Peter?
Bring him in. I don't care. Bring him in
Peter.
somehow.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Oh my
He could
gosh.
be the guy they kill in the first season.
There you go.
That's what I'm
Oh.
coming up with.
Doesn't matter. Unnamed character
He's like
number
the
3.
butcher from Emmons Field.
Yeah.
When we're
Yeah.
like, that guy.
Sorry. Your very, very sincere reaction was wonderful there.
But it's like then we're over it in a second, and it's one of those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so moving on to the next question. I'm just going to let you know my answer for this one. I fully cheated because I was I rebelled against the limitations of this question. So I will allow you to also rebel against the limitations of the question. So it says, which scene from the
limitations?
Yes. Which scene from the first half of The Eye of the World are you most excited to see adapted to screen? And by that, the question means before they split at Shadar Logoth.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Well, because I was just going to say when they split at Shadar Logoth, but that seems like a cop-out now.
Yeah.
I want to see the ways. I really want to see the ways.
Okay.
And I know that's not the first half.
Yeah, that's after. Shoot.
Yeah. That's why I rebelled against this question. I was like, no, I'm
I feel like I already answered this question and it's Berlon. So
I need a scene with Matt's badger. That's what I need.
Oh,
give me an homage pang. Give me that for the old fans who know the badger. Like
give me that badge.
Give me something. Yeah.
That bad.
Yes. Okay.
I am actually sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say anyone else. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm actually really excited for Winter Night, kind of the moments leading up to the attack at Winter Night.
You're talking about the stripper pole, aren't you? I get
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
In the morning, unmarried women of marriageable age will dance the pole. That direct quote from the book.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I have never made that connection. I am so embarrassed.
I've never made that connection either.
That's like the first thing I was like, what is happening? It's the first chapter.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
We're talking about stripper poles.
That's amazing.
I was just so lost in like Midsummer vibes from the maypole that I could not think of anything else besides that. Midsummer.
My mind that went straight to strippers.
Right. So we're getting different vibes from these different podcasts. I see. Wow.
It's what it is.
Yes. I think my moment that I wanted for this question was Nynaeve and Moraine, their first big conversation when Moraine explains to her you can channel, and Nynaeve I love that moment. I personally think that moment is incredibly important. And one of the reasons I know, Danny, you are not a fan of Nynaeve, and she has this. I know, but I think this moment is really important because it's her being vulnerable.
I agree.
Very early.
Yeah, just because I don't like Nynaeve's personality, sometimes I like her character and I like her story arc. I can respect it and appreciate it. Same with Perrin, who's just slow and boring to read about.
I was waiting for this to happen because
I read books. I don't read books to fall asleep.
Oh my God.
You're breaking Matt's heart. I can see it in his eyes.
I know.
I break everyone's heart every time I talk.
For me, the Rand chapters, I could be like, these are good, but I can kind of go through these. And then when I get to a Perrin chapter, I'm like, okay. I love the Perrin chapters.
Oh my God. Let's sit for another 5 minutes and try and think through what we should do next.
That boy, he's like the boy at the well for the SNL skit at Wells for Sensitive Boys. He's Perrin. I love Perrin.
Wells for Sensitive
Boys. The moment I wanted to see, it's right after they leave Shadar Logoth though, but it's also Perrin, which reminded me of it. It's when Perrin meets Elias, and after him and Egwene get separated and all that stuff. I love that story arc, the beginning of Perrin.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I do love Perrin's wolf arc. Yeah. I do like that. I like his little ability, and I like that part. That part's that's the most exciting thing about him. That's what I like.
Yeah, a very wise woman once said, "There's a she-wolf in the closet."
I think it's in the club. Oh no! Wait, that was Shakira. That was. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I need to.
No, that was. Sorry, you're cracking me up. Oh, I was waiting for the Perrin conflict to happen. I knew it was going to come up. I knew it was going to come up.
My little heart for Perrin.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. Tell me your quote. I'm sorry.
No, that's
No, no.
it. It's just
That was
just
it. That was
Shakira.
it.
Oh,
That
that's
woman with Shakira.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the end of the quote.
Yes. Oh man. How about you, Anne?
Oh
Is
my
there a
God,
moment
I'm
for
sorry.
you that you want
God,
to?
I'm the worst.
I want to see Moraine spinning her staff. Like,
No staff.
Oh, I know.
how are we going to have that scene without a staff? There's got to be fucking fireworks and flame dancing.
Maybe there
Should be
can,
doing like a
maybe
hand
there
sequence.
can just be
Upper hand.
fireworks
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
flames
Mm.
because she's angry or something.
So, which theme
I
is
agree,
she
though.
spinning the staff? Like
She
the
needs a
Manetheren
She
story?
needs her
Yeah,
flaming
Manetheren story.
baton.
Mm. She
She
does
needs
need a
to
flaming
wave it.
baton. I like that. A
I
flaming
just-
Great
baton.
winter night. Someone has a baton. She just grabs it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've never made the
I know there's
baton
not a-
connection either.
You
Oh
gotta-
my
you gotta
gosh.
Improvise. You got to use what you
Well,
have on hand.
Now I'm thinking of Miss Congeniality. So with her flaming baton.
Right?
Oh yeah, okay.
I saw that for the first time recently. It's a very good movie.
Oh my
Yeah, it
God.
came
really
out just
funny.
like 3 years ago.
At least
Yeah, like
two.
one or two.
No
Yeah.
more than 4.
Chops.
It's still in theaters.
It's not out yet. I had an advance copy.
We don't even have theaters open where we live. So like what is a theater? I don't even know.
Yeah. Oh God. So, okay. So the I have words. The Manetheren story actually it's one of my favorite moments to read about. And if you have a chance, like go on like YouTube and find like there's a scene where Kate Redding reads it. Like you can watch her read it, and she starts crying while she's reading it. Like she's one of the narrators of the audiobooks, but she doesn't actually normally narrate it in the book because it's told from Rand's perspective. So like when it's a male reading, they have the male narrator. It's a female. They have the female narrator, but she reads it, and it's amazing. It's an incredible scene. I love it. If you have a chance, watch it on YouTube. Her reading it, but I don't know how they're going to do that scene in the show because it's just her telling a story.
No, they can
I think
have
that we'll probably
flashbacks and
see it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Yeah.
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 Or it'll
Everything
be
I
she'll-
related just like Lord of the Rings, right? So
Maybe-
it's just like opening Fellowship of the Ring scene where you get that whole flashback to the war. We gotta give you some of that. Like give me those vibes.
Or maybe she'll channel and it'll be like little fire creatures like acting it out.
Doing like the Lego Manetheren that someone was just saying.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah, that has to happen.
Shadow
The
puppets.
stop motion
stop
story of
motion.
Manetheren.
Well, okay, because I think this is gonna shock everyone, and Allie's not even here to defend herself, but I think it was Allie referred to it as like the only mistake Maureen ever made.
She did.
Was
She did.
just telling this really, really long story.
Well,
I-
and
I-
I can vouch for that because at the beginning,
That's
you
the
don't know who these people are. You don't know where this place is. Like you,
Mhm.
you don't know who, like what's happening at all right now. And then on top of that, here's a story about more people and things that you have no idea about. It was
Yeah.
very confusing
To,
and not.
to defend Allie while she's gone, if I may. That's the caveat there is that it's a great story. We all love it because we understand why it's important and we understand all this other stuff. But when you are a person who saw this book and you picked it up because you thought it was going to have fun sword fights in it, and then you get 150 pages of hooray, it's the first day of spring, followed by a very tense chapter, followed by a long story, you start to wonder if this is just Frodo talks about stuff in Rivendell for 100 pages. I love it now. I think it's beautiful writing, and I really love its place. I do think that to a first-time reader, it might be a point where people go like, I know what it is. It's lore. Lore, you know. I love it.
Yeah, but I think in the show they can do a really good job of it because they can just show, like you can see the actors and you can, and it's clearly like a flashback. Like you can.
It's a battle scene, like it's
Yeah.
a giant battle sequence. of
yeah,
the
that is
story.
true.
So it could be very interesting.
Yeah.
Visually,
Yeah.
Mhm. That is true.
That sounded
That's something
shady.
I've wondered about it.
Yeah.
It's just something I've wondered about. Like just it's a long story that just happens at the beginning, and I don't know if they're like. I love it though. Like when I'm reading it, it's a moment. It's a moment that I know I don't skim. Like I stop and every word goes in because it's so beautiful. It's so beautifully written. But
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I
appreciate
can't
that.
answer that, I want to answer the part where they're talking about honey cakes.
The best freaking.
yes, yeah. Oh, sorry. I know. Actually, there was something I wanted to say because this cool story. tends to often be a detour when there's food, like just discussions of the food, which I absolutely love. I also wanted to mention, this is not relevant to anything, but very recently, Cool Story, you began an episode with a 21-point list about why Mariah Carey's recent music video was the best music video of all time.
Here's the thing. It's not even a recent music video. It's like 20 years old.
It's just like, I was on the bus just laughing and also just going, what the hell is happening? 21 points of why. It's so good.
I may or may not have been high.
It was like our whole opening.
The cause of and solution to all of life problems.
Yes. But yes, the detours into the food are always very, very fun. So the honey cakes are good. Okay. All right. So any other scenes that you're like thinking this, like you're really excited to see? Oh yes, that's right. He does. Yeah, Malkier talks is a chef, and he like sometimes will do recipes from the books, and his honey cakes looked amazing.
Yeah.
I
picture just like a cinnamon bun recipe, but like with less cinnamon and more honey.
In my mind, actually, it was baklava or baklava. How do you say that?
Oh yeah.
But that's what it was in my head.
Yeah.
So, which is not at all what Malkier Talks made, but like, what he made looked delicious. But because I don't know, my head just went very little. It's cake with honey on it. What's cake? Oh, baklava. Like that's.
I would think almost cornbread, like sweet cornbread.
Yeah, like a cornbread consistency, like a tight cake.
Yeah,
you know, with
Look
like a small crumb.
Look what we've turned your show into.
That's perfectly fine. This is what happens though on Cool Story when food comes up.
Glass of tea, it's great. It's really good.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what a tight cake is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just like a tight, like not like a loose cake that just like
okay.
Not like an Angel fruit cake, like a
dense.
corn cake, like a
Dense
exactly.
cake. Okay.
Densely packed particulates.
Dense. That's what I mean. Dense.
Did you just say densely packed particulates?
Yes.
That's the least appetizing way I've ever heard anyone describe a cake.
But it's corn across.
If you say it like slowly and like with like a seductive voice, you could put it in like a cake commercial.
Could you ASMR it for me?
What was it? What was it?
Densely packed particulates?
It could be like densely packed particulates.
Ooh.
You're both doing it at the same time. I can't handle it.
All right. Okay, we can move off of the densely packed particulate honey cakes. And next question. It's okay. Based on the few teasers that we have so far, what are your opinions on the style or aesthetic that the show is going for?
It's
like
good.
it.
We like it.
Like.
My
We'll
only
watch.
complaint, and this isn't really about like visual style, but I'm a little concerned that everyone's just going to end up with vague English accents. And I know Rafe said that like people will get to choose the language of whatever nation they're from, but all of the ones we've heard so far have been like vague English accents.
It's very Game of Thrones.
Or like
Yeah.
every
It's like
fantasy ever.
medieval.
Yeah.
Anything is English.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that actually.
I'm just waiting for that sweet Texas drawl for the Sean Shan. So.
Yeah.
I would assume that we will probably end up with the uniform, kind of vaguely transatlantic dialect, mostly British.
Yeah, except
Same-
in that
same.
table read, I can barely understand Matt. Like I got to brush up on my whatever type of English accent that is. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, you keep up with that, lady, eh? Like,
That's terrible.
oh my god, what? I can't even understand.
I would generalize that as a low estuary.
Yeah,
Like
Cockney or
Pegg,
something.
I
I
hate
heard
that.
somebody say. I don't know what it means, but
Yeah. Well, I know, like Gus, you teach dialects, right? Like that's one of your things.
I have some experience teaching dialects, and I would call Barney Cawthon's, the woman throws fivebles. Let's
Barney Cawthon. Did you just say Barney Cawthon?
Yeah, you did
That's
say
my
Barney
favorite
Cawthon.
It's become one in my mind. They're the same. Barney
Yeah.
Barney Harrison. I would describe it as kind of a low estuary, which is about 2 steps up from Cockney, which is everything Charles Dickens.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I, like, I'm actually,
but
yeah, I'm with Danny. Like that, I had the exact same. Like the subtitles is how I knew what they were saying, or only him. Everybody else I could understand, but I was like, "What? What the hell did he just say?" He said
and I'm
sounds.
hoping, like, for the table read, maybe he's just being very casual,
Mm.
and I
And
hope
not,
at some
like,
point a
well
director
might.
is like, "What?"
In all likelihood, from a mechanical perspective, in all likelihood, they do something called additional dialogue recording for most of the
Yeah.
speech and clean it to an outrageous degree. So
Okay. Any
boring
thoughts
technical
on?
talk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
In terms of like the visual style, though, I'm
here for it.
It
Like,
looks
I'm just
great.
so excited. I've waited so long for something that I never thought this was going to be a thing.
And
Like,
they
just
are pouring so much money into this. It's
So
gonna be
much.
good.
It
gonna be
is. Yeah. So, do you have any like set pieces or costumes or anything that you're like super excited to see?
So I
90s
I
great.
would have said no because I'm not really following any of that. Like if it happens to pop up and I see something, I'm like, ooh, interesting. But we did guest on Takaran Riyadh, and we're forced to talk about all the show stuff, and we're shown pictures,
they
and
forced us
they,
to.
they like held us down, and we're like, you better do this. No, just kidding. But I was like, oh my goodness, I wasn't prepared to talk about like this much of the show stuff.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
We don't
We're
know
not
any
that,
of it.
like,
So,
Yeah.
but it was interesting. I think the most interesting thing that I found is there was a set picture of like an inn with like funny chairs, and then it's like the same chair that was in the reveal for the Tom's guitar. And so the set picture for the inn that was like leaked is clearly like where we're meeting Tom
Yeah.
or something like that. And that kind of stuff I find so interesting. That's so cool. So,
Okay.
I like that.
I want to see what they're going to do with the Adam when they get to the Shanchan chapters, because I feel like I really like the way they describe the Adam, like the chains, how it's like linked but not at the same time. It's like solid, the way it like closes and stuff. So I'm really interested to see how they do that visually, and if it has the same impact it did, because the Adam to me was like such a like weapon of torture that it was so jarring to me, the whole Egwene getting collared and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just curious to see how they handle that prop.
Yeah.
I will say like that whole section, every time I do a reread, although maybe the next time, because I've talked about this a lot recently, every time I do a reread, I've been shocked at how short it is, because it's such a massive part of like the story in my mind.
We're in the tower. We're through the ways. There we are.
Yeah.
You're captured.
But you're free. You're
Snip,
good.
snap. Everybody's headed to Everybody's headed to Falma, and now, oh my God, so much is happening, and you're free.
Yeah, but like in my head, it's
the
like
last like 10 chapters of like
so huge, and then like I read it, and like, oh, it's done already. But it's such like it's gut wrenching. It's that section. I someone had suggested somewhere, I can't remember who, cutting the Shanchan, and I can't imagine cutting the Shanchan.
No, you can't. That's like a hard no. It's kind of funny. So like Robert Jordan's entire writing style to me, it reminds me of like when I used to write essays in university, where it's like, okay, you have a 10-page essay, and then you do like 8 pages, and it's like you're barely even at the friggin' point, and you're like, oh no, I only have 2 pages left. I'm not rewriting 8 pages.
Yeah.
So you're just like squeezing stuff in. You're like, reference. And we're done. We're good. We did it, guys. Congratulations.
It's always I know, like Matt, I know you broke the rules in The Great Hunt, because you're only like Matt, I'm assuming you all had the same rules where you like only read the chapter before, and then Matt got to the end of The Great Hunt and didn't stop. He just kept going.
And
It's hard.
Yeah.
I have to keep going.
With The Great Hunt, you kind of have to.
That first time readers having a podcast, like we have to take.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I no longer read ahead.
You can just do whatever the hell you want in your own podcast.
You're right. I'm so ashamed.
Stick to the rules.
We cut the book up by chapters, and then I give her the chapters.
I cut the book up into like little pieces, like a puzzle, and then I just put it all together. And every time I get one page together, I read that page, and then I'm done.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Done for the week. I'm
Excellent
exhausted.
way. I recommend reading books this way. It's great. It's so good.
Yeah, and then you could do like decoupage afterwards or something on something in your house.
Yeah.
I actually did decoupage bookends with pages from the books.
Yeah, she
Oh,
did.
really? Wow.
Circle.
That's so crafty. Wow. I had
maybe,
like listen,
maybe we can see them if we have time.
yeah.
And then Brad.
Listening to you guys makes me feel really stupid sometimes because of the way that you are reading it. So like you are picking up on things that I didn't, and it like the fact that I
That
think
doesn't make
all
you
of you.
stupid. I think it makes us stupid. Like who reads books this way?
Well, no, it's just like, because any regular person, you read about it, and then you're like, huh, interesting, and you just keep reading.
I'm gonna
Keep
read
going,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna read more.
I'm just
about
gonna keep
this.
reading.
I
Yeah.
gotta talk for an hour and a half about that page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dissect
true.
and analyze and.
I think
notes
all of
and then
you,
read
for
it
example,
again,
picked up on like Rand's channeling in Eye of the World. I didn't pick up on that until a reread, and then you guys picking it up the first time through. I was just
Well,
like,
I
"Oh,
didn't.
come on!"
He has to be
You didn't?
like, "What about this?" And I'm like, "Oh." Like it was like because I have Brett to like tell me,
Right.
and then I read the chapter, and then I read it again, and then I take notes, and then we talk about it,
Mhm.
and then it's probably in the discussion where it comes out. It's like, that is this similar to what happened before.
This book has
Yeah.
magic in it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
There have been times where we'll listen through to a chapter and she's writing notes down and whatever, and we'll get to something that I'm like, is she going to pick up on this thing that is very subtle, that's, big foreshadowing or not? And she just keeps writing and doesn't do anything, and I kind of wipe sweat from my brow. And then while we're doing the podcast,
Yeah.
she'll go, blah, 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 blah. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just go like, oh, damn it.
That happens to me all the
All the
time.
time. Or he'll be like, did you pick up on this sentence in the chapter? And I'll be like, holy shit, no, I didn't. Oh my god, that's incredible. Like that just happened to us recently when you're like, oh, did you read who was there with them? And
It's
I'll be
also
like,
bad because she's bad
Yeah.
at reading sometimes
I'm
and
bad
like
at
doesn't
reading.
read
I
it
skip
properly.
a lot of what I read.
I'm bad at reading too. Yeah, I'm bad at reading, but I feel like this slows it down so much that you're like, if you miss it the first time, then like he'll like talk about something that happened, and I'm like, wait.
I like gloss over
Stop.
stuff that I don't want you to pick up on
Yeah.
all the time.
Wow.
Great.
I've become like the opposite now, because I think I picked up on a few things maybe early on that and was like, oh yeah, I didn't know you'd get that, and I became like a super sleuth, and like now like everything is suspicious, everything is weird, everything is important.
Yeah.
I'm like going into
Everyone is Lanfear. Who knows?
Everyone's
Yeah.
when we meet Dina. I'm like,
Oh,
she's gonna be a big character. I'm like exploring this. This is everyone I meet. I'm like, I have to know how to say this name, and we'll be like, it doesn't matter.
My favorite thing though, Matt, is there have been a few times where you've been like guessing theories and you've thrown out some things like, wouldn't this be terrible if they did this? And I was like,
Yes. Yes, it would be.
Yes. I do think we also have to. Yeah, everyone's
Lanfear.
Everyone's Lanfear. That's my
Right.
go-to. Is
Yeah.
everyone I ever meet.
That's how I feel now.
Detective Shields, where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm on the case. Like I'm gonna figure out what this thing. I'm gonna blow this case wide open. Like what
I'm like-
happened? I just don't want to be hurt again, like I was with one thing.
I'm like Mary Kate
Oh.
and Ashley. I'm on the case.
Exactly.
Olsen and Olsen Mystery Agency.
Olsen and Olsen
Right.
mystery.
Everyone's Lanfear, or they're Black Aja, or they're Dark Friends.
Oh yes.
They're
Everyone.
all
Oh, they're all dark friends.
All of them.
Everyone.
I'm
but you know what? If
convinced.
you keep guessing that, you'll be enough. You'll be right.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
true.
Yeah.
That's my
If you
favorite.
suspect everyone, you will be right some of the time.
But then
I'm
you're
not-
blaming
I'm not-
innocent people.
They're not real people.
They are to
They're
me.
not real people. They're not real.
It's all a dream. It's all a dream at the end.
Yes.
Now that might be true, but I won't confirm it.
Oh God.
It's a lost situation.
Yeah.
Roseanne.
We were just in
I feel
purgatory.
like we're way far off. Okay, what?
Do we have questions?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I was having really
Where am I?
fun listening to this. Okay. We have two more questions. Well, there's three more questions, but only really two. The next question then: do any of the props and settings we've seen so far match your mental image of the world?
No.
No. Okay.
The dagger.
Elaborate, N, please.
The dagger is not ornate enough for what I pictured in my head. Tom doesn't have a guitar. What else have we seen? The sword. Okay, the sword's pretty good.
The sword doesn't have a hair on the blade.
No, it does, but it didn't.
Doesn't have it on the hilt.
On the hilt.
Yes.
On hilts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. So
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's where it did. Yeah.
Anything
It's
else?
hard.
those are the only ones we've seen, right?
From props and stuff.
We've
I
seen a
think-
couple of costumes. We've seen.
We've seen Moraine in a pantsuit.
Maureen's business suit.
Yeah.
That was answered.
Yeah.
That
was
was
answered.
answered.
That was
And it's
answered.
pretty good. I
Yeah.
like the answer. It's fine.
Mhm.
She's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple locations. I mean, we've seen the green in
Business time.
Emmonsfield, which isn't my
Oh.
picture, but I love it.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
We've seen concept art of Shatter Logoth, which is
Yeah.
better than how. I mean, the thing about it is, it will almost, unless it is a George Martin level description of food on a
Yeah.
table, it's probably never going to be vivid enough in the book and specific enough because
Yeah.
Jordan doesn't want to tell us exactly what to see.
And
for
like
us
I have a
to
bad
look at.
I don't know.
imagination,
I'd say
so-
like the description of Tar-Valon or Tar-Valon. I
Tarvalon.
still don't know. It doesn't matter.
It's Tarvalon.
You guys know what I'm talking about. The descriptions is specifically that I feel like are to the T, like point, and they
Sure.
better check everything off.
Architecture, I agree with you.
And we have seen some leaked set pictures, which probably are from Tar-Valon,
Okay.
I haven't
which
seen them.
are.
I was gonna say I have not seen those either.
I
Yeah.
will find them.
Okay.
Talk around Riyadh. Can you find those?
Yeah.
Send me those pictures again. I have them somewhere.
Just shout out to Jen. She'll do it.
Yes.
Give them homework.
Yeah, Tom. Okay,
No.
hey, Tom.
Yeah. I'm not a very visual person when I read. Like even the characters in my head, they are like faceless characters, usually with hair, and then
No,
they
I see it here.
occasionally
It's like
stuff in their hands. You
Yeah.
know, like
I have a
that.
bad imagination, so I don't know why we're trusting my brain to come up with a good mental image of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So for me, for example, like, okay, I've actually heard other people say that about the dagger, that it is not as ornate. And I'm like, I literally, the dagger
I
was
never
not,
pictured it.
yeah, I never pictured it in my head. So
I
Yeah.
didn't picture it as ornate at all. Like not
Yeah.
not at all.
I just didn't even like
But-
picture it. Like I read the word dagger and I understand the word dagger, and then I just like keep reading.
yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know if I've
Ruby
ever
dagger.
Ruby dagger, indeed.
Ruby
Ruby
Yes.
dagger. Ruby dagger.
Welcome to the stage.
Ruby dagger.
Yes. Huh.
I pictured, just like Gus said, I pictured the chapter logo. So to me,
Yeah.
the chapter
Ah.
logo was, and it's
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
close.
yeah.
chapter logo. So for
It
me,
is,
it
yeah.
felt very much the same.
So like, does Gus, you show her that? Because I know you're listening to the audiobook. So you,
Yes.
so you
When,
show
when
her
we
the,
record, I
Yeah.
show her the chapter logos.
okay. So I'm like, I am such a non-visual person that I didn't know that the chapter logos changed until it was pointed out to me. It was a thing at the top of the page, and then I got to the words. Like, I have trouble reading graphic novels because my mind just goes word. What the fuck is happening? Oh, the stories in the pictures. I have to look at the pictures.
right. Okay.
Like, it's really
I
hard.
got bad news for you with this whole TV show. It's going to be basically all pictures.
When the pictures move, I am better. When they are still, it's a problem for me.
It's the talkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with the talkie movies. That's the way
Just
they go.
put the subtitles on and try to see if you can like change the size of them to like 500% and just cover the
Yes.
whole screen.
Basically,
I hate
basically
having
just read the
subtitles
book
on
again,
because then
Jenny.
I don't watch the show. I just read the subtitles.
Yeah, that happens
I
sometimes.
can't because my auditory stuff, I like can't not watch with subtitles. It's like too confusing. I miss everything.
Agree. I love subtitles.
Same.
Love subtitles.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm a
interesting because
massive
I'm
fan.
the same, especially with like an audiobook. I miss so much when I don't purely listen to an audiobook.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't process most of what's happening when I just hear something. I need to see it.
Me too.
See, this is where you and I, again, very, very different. I missed things until I was listening to the audiobook. Like, literally, the stupidest one, it's not at all important, but Nynaeve was a redhead until I was listening to the audiobook. I remember it. I was in Venice.
That's interesting because for me, Egwene is a redhead.
Yeah. Yeah. I was in Venice walking through, and I remember stopping and going, she has brown hair?
Brand's the redhead.
Brown hair? Yeah. And I know the fact that he's the redhead is supposed to be important.
I think
none of the
issue is
visuals matter to me at all.
Yeah, I think my main issue with Egwene is I picture her being like Sansa Stark, who's the redhead.
Okay.
That's my connection, I think.
Interesting.
They're both annoying.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
In their way.
Sansa's more annoying though. Sansa's definitely more annoying.
Way more
Show
annoying.
Sansa.
But like in
And
the
the best
exact same way.
I feel like I'm about to snap, and I think they're all annoying in different ways.
True.
But only because they're like my children, and there are just times where I'm like, I want to thump you. Like
That's fair.
Early bedtime, guys. It's early bedtime today.
Allie's got the ability to find everyone annoying.
Yeah, it's that I find everyone annoying in some beautiful, unique way, and that's what makes the world go round.
They're all annoying,
like
and she
that.
ships them all.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Allie and Gus start every episode with, "Who'd you find annoying today?"
Honestly,
Yes,
it's
cool
good.
stories.
Well,
And here's
let
a
me tell you,
21-point
I have a
list
list.
about Mariah Carey's music video from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yes.
I'm inconstant as the sea. Like sometimes they're annoying, and then the next day I'm like, but I would literally die for them. I don't know.
Yeah, like I give Perrin and Nynaeve a really hard time, but like at the end of the day, like I don't want them to die.
Yeah, so that's just my thing.
That's a very low
I'm
bar.
not actively praying for their downfall.
Right.
Yeah, for me, it's like they're my kids. I'm like, I can talk shit, but like no one else could. Like
Yeah.
if I really came for them, I'd be like, excuse me.
How dare
doing
you.
that.
Yeah. They are doing their best. They're all just
I don't know if Matt's doing his best.
No, I don't think so.
Matt's doing his
Matt
best
is-
out of all of them.
Sorry.
I'm the artist.
Do you remember when he wasn't listening and stole a dagger?
He was
Yeah.
a dick.
That's the issue. That's his
It's
best.
incredibly irresponsible. Everything he does is incredibly irresponsible. But let me tell
That's
you,
his best.
That
that's
is
him
actually
trying.
not to do
His best isn't
Whether
good
or not he
enough.
ends up doing his best is a matter of course, but
He's no hero.
I just love all the different perspectives. So I've got like a parent stan, a parent hater, a
Matt's
Nynaeve
like-
stan.
Matt's like that guy that like walks around through life like that is charming and everybody likes, but really like is kind of like a trash person. And then like everybody is like, oh, but it's Matt. Everybody knows it's just how he
Everybody
is.
knows
We
Matt.
just have
and
to
for us,
accept
his
him.
name is actually Matt.
Until
Yeah.
someone,
Yeah.
I know. And
Yeah.
then someone comes along and is like, no, you don't. You don't need
And
to
no one
accept this
actually
trash.
liked him. Like if I had a real like Matt in my life, I would hate it. I would hate him. It would be the most irritating human in the whole like world. Like you're so irresponsible and you're annoying. Like get
Matt,
out of
yeah.
here. Well, same with like
Yeah.
90. Like if you're in my life, I just like get
But
out
to
of here.
read
You're so
about them
annoying.
is different because
Yeah.
it's like you're reading about it.
for
so.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Nynaeve, I'd be
Everything
like,
he does
let's
is like
hang out.
wildly unpredictable, and I love it.
I'd be okay with a Nynaeve in my life. I feel like Nynaeve would
Oh,
be
yeah.
a good person to have around because, you know, if like anybody gets in your way, Nynaeve's going to take him out. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, but then she's
Yeah.
like condescending
Yeah.
and
Careful. Careful.
no, you're allowed to. You are allowed.
I'm
I
just
know. I
warning.
believe I called in my video about Nynaeve. I think I called her coriander. She's like a taste that I love, but some people hate.
is that the same as cilantro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's
I
you know, and I get it. Some people will hate it because it's a really strong flavor.
I
Well,
don't
some
think
people
there
have like
is.
a genetic thing about that.
Yeah.
and
Coriander,
it's like
yeah,
soap.
cilantro. I don't think there's a single character in this series who is not both somebody's favorite character and somebody else's least favorite character.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is so
That's
good.
Yeah.
Bella.
about it.
Find me the Bella haters, and we'll go bust some kneecaps.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Find me like
Oh,
My
Lan.
favorite is
Find me
Elsa
someone who
Grinwell.
doesn't like Lan, and I will.
Ooh, yeah.
I
Right?
love Glenn.
Like there's gonna be a universal.
I hate Len. He's always showing off with his sword. Terrible.
Oh, are you guys getting divorced now? Is this what's happening?
What's that? Rock
That's a
slap
sword
face. Come on, man. I have no time for this.
So hard. It's stupid.
That was some excellent sword forms there. What was that?
Mm.
Viper flicks its tongue? I don't know. All right. So the final question. The reason I'm saying this is the final one. The last question is tag other creators. So if you have somebody you want to tag at the end, we can do that. But the last question that we can discuss really is give an example of what you expect the music for the series to be like, using past TV show or music score or like anything really that you in your mind that you think is good.
Conan the Barbarian,
Ooh,
Conan the
whoa.
Barbarian.
One time.
maybe.
Conan the Barbarian.
because
That's the first
because
thing that came to
RJ
mind.
also wrote some of that, so like that's a good call.
I've
Oh,
actually
really?
never
Yeah, I don't
seen
know
that,
anything
so-
like that. I just
RJ wrote
so
like
iconic in my mind.
the Conan
Stuff he
books.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do 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 do.
The
more you know.
more you know. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie at all, so I have no idea what the music is like.
It's probably not great anymore, but I remember as a kid. Forget it.
Conan? We
Remember
just
Conan?
watched it.
Oh, it's a blast.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Okay.
it's still 80s. You know, I mean, it's just,
Okay.
you know, it's 80s. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, but this isn't a real spoiler for Conan, so like no one get mad at me. But he
I have no intention of that.
and it is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
He just, it's not a big plot point. He just gets drunk and punches a camel.
I was a Californian. I was like, that's my
It's
governor.
great.
Governor punched it.
But I
I
feel like a halfway point between Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings feels a little too happy for me.
Mm.
And Game of Thrones feels a little bit too dark and intense for me. I feel like there's going to be like a married point. I also
Can be
feel
like
like,
a dash of Interstellar, just like a dash.
yeah, like a dash of Interstellar. I see
Little
that.
Star Wars.
Maybe a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
say- Jack
What is
Brolin.
it? Empire's March or something?
Whenever any Black Guys Yacht come into the scene, it's like da 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 da.
That's gonna spoil all the Black Aja.
Yeah.
Maybe a little. I also see maybe like
When Beelzebub enters a dream.
Mhm.
I could see a little.
I could see a little Galactica.
It's interesting because there is room for it's like slightly science fiction-y themes because it is kind of at times a little
Like the
science
whole
fiction.
like interdimensional ways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With the ways and the portal stones and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're probably going to be erring heavily on the side of a classical orchestral soundscape.
Mhm.
I don't think we're going to be doing. Well, I mean that's fair to
I
say. Right?
agree.
That's not going to be much experimental stuff. I think it's going to be.
Sorry,
What is
Danny.
Danny?
That was such shade, Danny.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
What did you say?
Tell
She
it to
just
my
does it.
face.
I
Yeah.
said I agree with you, but I have
But
no
she
idea.
said it with her pinky up.
I was like, I agree. Architectural sounds to
You're using a lot of big words, and we
You're
don't
I
get
know.
that.
When I heard you say that, I was like, I am so dumb, and I was so glad.
like no one has any idea what
Remember
you're
when
like,
John
we
Williams
love
made-
you for it.
Remember when
Love
John Williams made Star Wars and then he copied himself and everybody copied him forever? That. It's going to be.
Yeah.
There you go.
But a classical orchestral sound sounds so.
It's what it
good.
is. It's a classical orchestra.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Oh
You
my
took
gosh,
the
you
words
guys are
right out of my
killing me.
mouth, Gus.
Cracking me up. I again trying to remember what my answer for this was, and I don't remember. But I can say one of the things I know that I want is to like hear Tom perform. I want to hear Tom sing and perform. I want there to be songs that I can
And he
sing.
will.
Yes,
I think
yes,
they,
Ali.
like, yeah.
That reminds me. I feel like another show that's on palette would be The Witcher.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what I would really like to see for a Tom song? Because we have the whole like, oh, time is a wheel and everything goes and comes again. That's the premise. If you didn't pick up on that yet, so I need Tom playing like a Queen song on the guitar, but just like super acoustic and just like faintly like Queenish, so we know, but we don't know that we know.
I'm here for it. Kind of like the player piano in Westworld, like bringing all of those songs back through the in performances. I like it.
Do it up.
That is a
like
cool idea.
Here's my stupid take. If there's not an opening, like tight shot on a wagon wheel, what the fuck are they doing?
I know. Everybody be wheels.
And it's gotta be
turning.
And is it the peddler rolling into town?
Patton fucking Fane.
Because I think
town.
Rafe said at one point that one of the first shots is Patton Fane getting off his wagon, and how better to go into that than the wheels.
And if that's not an open on a tight shot of a wheel turning, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Why don't we just start our own TV show? Like, let's
Sounds
do
like
it.
we know exactly what we're all doing.
Yeah.
Gus is on the music.
And the sound and the
Yeah.
and the screenwriting.
I'm playing Matt. Allie's what else do we need?
We'll do our own
Literally
version.
nothing. We literally need nothing else for a show.
No.
New
We've got it.
reading of the pilot.
Yes.
Okay, so what after everyone's done actually saying real things, what I was gonna say was that as a I consume visual media and I don't really create it. Like real scripted stuff, I have no idea about any of it. And so as a consumer, I don't like to notice the music. Does that make sense? So if it fits the if I can tell that music is playing, then it's probably not good.
Yeah.
It's probably not in there correctly, or it's too dramatic for the scene, or it's not, so as somebody who has no idea about any of it, I would say it whatever will sound good that I don't notice is happening will be good.
That's a good point. Like the Aquaman movie is the worst thing of all time, in part specifically because of the music, where every time something bad happens, they go bum, bum, bum. It really takes you out of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a comment literally right now, the Lady Hawk score. Lady Hawk is one of my favorite movies, and I tried to watch it a couple of years ago, and the music is so 80s. I probably didn't notice it in the 80s when I was watching it, because I'm so much older than all of you. All babies anyway, but I probably didn't notice it when I was watching it. Watching it now, it's literally synths playing in the medieval times. It's synthesizers, and it's like that. It pulls you right out of the scene.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good
point. So if
point.
I can tell that there's music playing, then then it won't be good.
Two shows that I absolutely loved that had killer soundtracks: Umbrella Academy, absolutely phenomenal soundtrack to me, and then
that's really good.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So
yeah.
good. And you don't even know, and then as soon as you pick up, you're like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. So obviously not going to be a direct translation into this show, but the awesomeness factor, bring that into it, and I'm happy.
So the music should be awesome.
Make it awesome. Yes.
Make it good and make me not even realize it's there. That's what a good composer wants, right?
Yes. Well, that's the thing that for me, when I think about music, I think about songs, because the music in the background, I couldn't tell you what music in the background I like. I just know that I want to be able to find my that. I don't remember anything from The Witcher except for Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. That song is in my head. It's a banger.
Iconic.
Yeah, I want that. I want something like that from Wheel of Time, where I'm humming and I'm I'm singing that song from I want that.
Tom Maryland singing Lindsay Lohan's Rumors.
Yes. Sure.
That's a choice.
Naive singing Tina Turner, Big Wheel. Oh, Hilary Duff. Did you say Hilary Duff?
I love her. Yes.
I literally almost said for TV shows scores, I was like, maybe Lizzie McGuire. It's probably the right score to me here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I also feel I was going to say, Brett, that I thought Marvel was also a good place to look in terms of soundtrack potential.
You know what a lot of Marvel movies have? Classical orchestral score.
It's not what you said.
I
I
believe
just
it was,
blacked out.
No, it's what he said.
I believe
That's
the original word was soundscape, I believe.
Probably just
Classical.
asshole I am.
No.
The
Yes.
soundscape.
Yes.
Stretched
Very
out.
pure moods.
Yes.
Yes, I create soundscapes. Here's
Wheel takes.
This is
Come for
A
the
moment in
takes. Stay
time
for the
This is
stretched
takes.
called-
out forever.
this is called Earthrise on the Moon.
And yeah,
Deeply, deeply inspired by hosts the planets, particularly.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Sorry. Oh my god, I'm living for the banners. So great. All right. Well, okay. That is actually the last question. That's 9 questions. The 10th question is to tag anyone else. Basically, I tagged everybody. I don't know if there's anybody else that you would think that you would want to answer these questions. I don't know. I focused on obviously YouTube, which is why we're doing this on YouTube. Any other podcasts that you can think of, or
Did we do Stuck on Arrakis?
oh, I don't think they've been tagged. They weren't tagged by me. So yeah.
But that would
Yes.
be one I would suggest. And wait, I have
Mhm.
one more, but I've got to triple check what their name is because I don't want to get it wrong. Because that would be embarrassing.
Yes, it would be very, very humiliating.
Hold on.
So while Ali is doing this, when do you think the show is coming? Anybody have any theories or
November.
November? You guys like said that in unison. My goodness.
It's because
Okay.
it's in November.
I
Because
think
it's
it's
in
going to be. I think it's going to be just thinking financially. A lot of the time, you want to have your big shows drop in like later in the year for your
Mhm.
investors. So I'm going to say like fourth quarter financially, which would be like October, November, December.
Okay.
November.
It's
You can
November.
say
My
fourth
birthday
November, but I can't say classical November. Whatever.
Feather and Mountain is another one that I think.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Feather and
yeah.
Mountain. Yeah. Delusions
Feather
of
and
Grendel.
Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
good.
And Wheel
Yeah.
Reef if it's not on there too.
Mm-hmm. Feather and Mountain actually, because they're focused on the TV show. That's a good. They would be good to answer these questions. Okay. Although they have Feather and Mountain is another podcast where they have one person, Delusions of Grendel, who's read the books many, many times, and another person who's never read the books. So I don't know how they
They're
can.
only covering, they're only covering show stuff. So
Yeah, they're only covering show stuff. So it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it actually for all of the questions. I thank you guys so much for joining me and for
Keeping us honest.
yes, that's right, because you promised to do this and I was very, very angry about it, right?
So
we
bad.
literally,
So many
okay,
anachronisms.
Gus and
Serious.
Allie, like we actually had planned and talked about it and had something set, and then like something came up, and then scheduling conflicts came up, and then it was like literally 2 months later, and it was like, well, now what? Yeah, it was. So
No,
anyway,
it worked.
yeah,
Mm. Yeah,
And
no,
you
this worked
know-
out great.
Yeah. this is
Yeah.
fun. This is great.
Yeah.
And we got to meet Matt and Nen, so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Matt.
I
yes.
know.
Don't be strangers. We love friends in the community.
I've
Yay.
been trying to
I
get Matt and
know.
Ann on Discord for a while.
I'm so
actually,
elderly.
that's true.
I'm so elderly.
You're
I am
elderly.
more
It's so
elderly than
daunting.
you.
It's so daunting when I think about like when we did the third, what was it? When we
Speed
hosted everybody, the speed dating thing.
Oh,
I was like, oh my god, everybody already knows each other, and it's so daunting. I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna keep quiet.
Matt,
Here's
don't
the
worry.
thing, just like
So-
insert yourself into conversations and just go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's a community of people who like to talk.
yeah.
Well,
They about
I never
themselves.
shut the fuck up, so I shouldn't swear.
You
No,
can
I
swear.
Okay.
4 times already. You're good.
Yeah.
But also, like, if technology's not your thing, my thing is literally being bad at everything, and everyone thinks it's cute. And so, like, don't worry
Everyone's
about
like, it's so adorable how you mess up every live stream you've ever been on.
it.
Well, like Discord was overwhelming for me too. Zool, who is behind the scenes here, like putting comments and banners and stuff, she literally, I mean, not literally because obviously we don't live in the same country, so whatever. But she like took me by the hand and was like, push this button. Okay, then this will happen. And then come over here, click on this.
She doesn't even have hands.
Sorry, she took me by the braid. I don't know. Dragged me around the Discord. Yeah. But it's as long as once you get in there, it's such a fun community. Like the Discord Wheel of Time community is so great. Like
even if you just join like our Discords and then just like start interacting with people in there, like you don't have to have your own for your own podcast.
Yeah.
Just like make a handle and join our Discords and chat.
And we're like
all great.
35.
We're on Lesbian Nerdy's channel, and I think I said like hi when people said hi to me, and I think that's been the extent of my interaction.
It's okay to be a lurker too. Like
I'm a big lurker. I'm a lurker on Gus and Allie's. I lurk in there. But then I have to be careful because they're a little bit ahead of me, so I have to.
I was just about to say,
I have to be careful. I have to be very careful.
Like we are very careful with spoilers. Like if you were to, I don't think you've joined mine, Matt, or maybe you have, but I gave you
I
a
haven't
first
joined
time.
Anything yet.
Yeah, it's like the Wheel of Time community is pretty strict.
Yeah,
with
like our channel has specific, like every book has its own nonsense, and I think Allie and Gus have the same thing. So like you can have a discussion board just on Eye of the World or just Great Hunt, so you don't have to worry about spoilers there.
Yeah, it's entirely possible to do. I don't know. I would love to have you on, like Ann and Matt, because I want you. I feel like I want my friends to meet my other friends. I really want that to happen.
You gave us already such a great tutorial, so I feel like we have a responsibility to get on there now.
Yeah, the onus is on us for sure.
Sounds like peer pressure is working.
Yeah.
No. I'm not a chicken, you're a turkey.
One of us. Allie and Gus, how far are you guys into Fires of Heaven?
Aren't you done?
30, I forget the numbers.
39.
36 chapters, I think.
39.
Ish.
I thought we were
somewhere between 36 and 39.
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
We're going to find out tonight because we're going to be recording.
Soon.
You are?
Theoretically.
Okay. And then you, Danny, Brett, you are?
Okay, so we're a little bit ahead because this week we're actually taking a little bit of a vacation and we want it to be several episodes ahead. And so I have just read chapters 24 and 25. I've read up to chapter 25 of Fires of Heaven.
You guys are so close. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. And I think we just released maybe chapters like 15, 16?
16, 17.
16, 17.
Okay. I literally just reached for my phone to try and check your chapters.
Yeah, Brett did. Yeah.
But no, my phone is my camera. And I was like, I had a moment of panic because I couldn't find my phone.
That happens to me actually quite often when I'm like FaceTiming like with my family. I'll be like, where's my...
Oh, it's in my...
Anyway, so I've read quite a bit past where we actually are.
Yeah.
But that's
so
just why we can catch up a little bit so we can go on a vacation and not worry.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Start texting me when you get to interesting stuff so that we can chat about it.
Always.
We should all have a nice text chain.
Because I'm scared to message you about my.
We literally all have Discord. I don't know.
This is how they text.
Me and Gus have been have like messaged each other during this.
We always
Well,
I literally said
I've been messaging you. We're
messaging.
But I
already
need you to message me more because I don't know what I can tell you and what I can't. So I try to keep up with Danny discussions, but life's been hard recently. So.
This is what Discord's for, Matt and Nan. It's for this.
Yeah.
It's for keeping each other updated. And I like to hear people's takes. But I can't listen to other. I can't like.
You mean you like to hear their real takes?
There you go.
I literally finger guns with my non-existent fingers. So, yes. All right. Well, with that, I think I will end this stream. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks
for
everybody
having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully we can do something like this again. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun. I'm really glad you guys were all able to join me. So
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna hit end stream.
Goodbye.